Alright, I guess. I guess Achi would be the one next. As luck would have it, they soon found a crowd in their path, backs turned toward them. Excited voices rose up from the throng. Whoa, what's the deal? Something going on? It's a street fight. Achi clutched Hitomi's hand good and tight. Whatever you do, don't let go. Without a moment's hesitation, he plowed his way through the crowd. Emerging in the forest of the gathering, Achi saw the main road ahead. Cars zipping past in a steady stream. What do we do? There were too many cars for them to rush across the street without getting hit. But they couldn't exactly just sit and wait for the light to change, and they certainly couldn't go back the way they came. Pursuit was getting closer and closer. Hitomi! Achi shouted. We're going across! What? Dragging Hitomi by the hand, Achi darted out onto the street. Moving purely by instinct, he wove his way through the gaps between the speeding cars. When they were halfway across, a car slammed its brakes to keep from hitting them, causing several cars behind to crash into one another. The multi-vehicle pileup plunged the roadway into total chaos. As a result of this chaos, traffic in the nearby area will be at a standstill for a while. While on their way to the syndicate hideout, Shinya Kaneo and Jack Stanley have gotten caught in this traffic jam. Okay. The car moved at a glacial pace toward the crime syndicate's hangout. Stanley pounded his fist on his steering wheel in frustration. They had no sooner set out than the traffic slowed to a near standstill. Despite the occasional lurch, it had never crept above a crawl. Kano stewed in the passenger seat. The case was rapidly getting out of hand. Now he had to worry about the safety of both Maria and her sister Hitomi, never mind the fact that Detective Tatano had also gone missing. There were too many unknowns, too many uncertainties. His unease was growing unbearable. Also, Tatano hasn't radioed in, and we can't reach him from our end, either. Kuze's word kept echoing inside Kano's head. What could have caused Tatano to drop out of contact? Someone had gone after Hitomi while Kano and the others were busy trailing the attaché case. Could Tatano have been... No, it couldn't be. Kano was sure Tatano would have done whatever was necessary to keep Hitomi safe. Stanley broke a long silence. What's on your mind? Still thinking about the call from Kuze? Kano didn't answer. Look, if you're worrying about the other detective, the guy couldn't even protect one girl. Not exactly a ringing endorsement. Don't you talk about Detective Tatano about that way. I'm concerned about Hitomi Osawa, but the missing attaché case needs to come first. His expression remained stone cold. Kano flashed him a sidelong glare, then went back to staring out the window. A moment later, a flurry of motion in the nearby alley caught his eye. For the start, he recognized Sasayama. His fellow detective was caught up in an altercation with the man in dark clothes. Kano sprang into action, his body moving all before his mind registered the situation. Sasayama! Hey, wait! But Kano was already sprinting toward the fight. Oof! The other man knocked Sasayama into a pile of garbage. As Sasayama struggled to get back to his feet, his opponent looked down at him with a triumphant sneer. Kano finally got a good look at the man, and his eyes flashed with recognition. It was the perp who'd first taken the attaché case back at Scramble, Tariq Al-Karawan. You! Kano growled. He sped like a bolt to tackle Al-Karawan around the legs. But Al-Karawan nimbly stepped aside. Kano's arms closed on nothing but air. At the same moment, Al-Karawan deftly wrapped an arm around Kano's neck. Kano felt a vice-like pressure on his carotid artery. This is a move known as the front choke sleeper hold. Constricting the carotid artery stops blood flow to the brain, causing the opponent to lose consciousness, also known as a guillotine choke. His consciousness quickly began to slip away. Oh no, you don't, you bastard, he snarled. Lowering his center of gravity, he got hold of Al-Karawan's legs and used his shoulder as a fulcrum against it. Despite the arm still crushing his neck, Kano managed to lift his opponent high into the air. Was that us? Oh my god. He continued the movement to heave Al-Karawan up and over himself, slamming him upside down into a heap of trash. Ouch. Stanley strolled up to the aftermath of the struggle. Well, you've got the brawn part down. Need some work on the brains. Al-Karawan was sprawled out on top of the mound of refuse. He'd been knocked out cold. Sasayama coughed and sputtered. Kano went to help him to his feet, but Stanley stepped in between them. What are you doing? He asked. Helping Sasayama. What does it look like? We need to apprehend Al-Karawan first. He's not even conscious. Sasayama can come first. Oh my god. Are you alright? He asked. Yeah, he groaned. Are you bailing me out, though? Can't let the missus know about that. Mum's the word. He slipped an arm underneath Sasayama and helped him to his feet. I mentioned my guy who had the attaché case, but when I tried to arrest him, this fella came out of nowhere and attacked me. He flashed Al Karawan a nasty look. So here we go again, disobeying direct orders. What's the deal with Japanese police anyway? Sasayama gave Kano a puzzled look, jerking his thumb at the American. Who's this guy? It's a long story. He filled Sasayama in on the situation. Oh my god. End of chit-chat. Hurry up and cuff this guy. Kano knelt down by Al Karawan's unconscious body, flipped him over, and proceeded to cuff his hands behind his back. Huh? His sleeve had slid back from his wrist. What's this? The unconscious man had a tattoo of a two-headed scorpion on his left forearm. Stanley strode over. You find something? Yeah, I think this guy might be the ringleader. Seeing the image reminded Kano something he heard back at headquarters. The head of the foreign syndicate had a scorpion tattoo. He relayed this information to Stanley. I see. Stanley called up Kuze on his cell. You'll be happy to know that the guy with the guy with the attaché case is still at large. Apprehending the ringleader at this point shouldn't be an issue. One of your so very capable subordinates gave us a big step forward in the case here. Wait a second. That was sarcasm, wasn't it? Stanley hung up and called over to him. Taking to escort this guy back to the precinct? Yeah, sure, seeing how very capable I am. Oh no! Kano felt his phone vibrate. The display showed an incoming call from Rumi. Hello? He answered warily, keeping his voice down. Stanley had him a little on edge. It's me. It was Shizuo. Damn it, Kano thought he did not have time for this right now, but if he just hung up, he might be in even deeper hot water. Kano. Yeah, let's hear what he has to say. Hello, sir. I'm afraid I'm not really at liberty to take a personal call right now, even if it is for my father-in-law. He did his best to sound apologetic. I'm not your father-in-law. Yeah, of course. Sorry, sir. You really don't give a damn about keeping me waiting like this, do you? Sir, I swear to you, I feel terrible. Please, I promise you, sir. I promise I'll be there. If you can just wait a little while. Don't make promises you can't keep. Shizuo's barking rebuke made Kano break out into a sweat. You think I'm gonna let you off the hook just because you're working case? This is exactly why I don't want my daughter with some detective. Great. Another angry tirade. But didn't you used to be a detective, sir? Kano muttered. You watch yourself, you little brat. It's not enough that you keep calling me your father-in-law and now you bring that up. Evidently, Kano touched a raw nerve. It seemed like anything he said only made matters worse. Well, you're not off the hook. I'm never letting my daughter marry the likes of you. Is that a bad end? Is that a bad end? Do I have to go back? Do I have to start this over again? Kano becomes like for Rumi's sake in the first place, and now is the biggest thing holding him back. Hey, come on, let's go. Stanley's voice snapped Kano out of his daze. Grimly, he followed the American back to the car. Yet again, Stanley was thumping the steering wheel in frustration. Traffic hadn't let up one bit. It was starting to look like they might never make it to the foreign syndicate's hangout. Kano caught sight of a girl in a hoodie, weaving her way between the stopped cars on foot. Oh, it's Miku. He rolled down the window and called out to her. Excuse me, miss, did something happen? Huh? What do you mean? With the road, I mean. What's with all the traffic? Oh, right. Apparently there was some big accident over by the train station. That's probably what's causing it. Really? Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to be going anywhere for quite a while. She smiled and went on her way. Stanley gave the steering wheel another punch. Well, I guess they did say this wasn't just some typical ransom case, he muttered. Kano saw an opportunity. If they're not after the money, then what are they after? Stanley kept his eyes forward, acting as if he hadn't heard. Look, I can't help you if you keep me out of the loop. After a few moments of thought, Stanley replied with a single monosyllable. Drugs. What? Maria's father, Kenji Osawa. I assume you're aware he worked for Okoshi Pharmaceutical. I am. Nothing's been made public yet, but Osawa recently oversaw the development of a new drug. Blah. Blah. Yeah, we knew about that. And someone is trying to get their hands on it. Kano's mind latched onto this new information, trying to assemble the pieces of an evolving puzzle. Someone? Who? An international criminal mastermind. This foreign syndicate is merely a tool in someone else's game. Kano regarded Stanley's face carefully. He looked more cold and serious than ever. So wait, does that mean that the reason we're letting this syndicate walk around unfettered is on my orders? Yes. I see. So only thing you're really concerned with is catching this international mastermind. Precisely. Kano felt like he was starting to get a picture of what sort of person Stanley was. So you don't really care what happens to the girl who's been abducted, do you? Not particularly, no. Why, do you have the problem with that? Dictum number 8. When you really want to punch something, you really probably shouldn't. That can't be an actual thing he writes down. Kano recited the words inwardly like some sort of desperate mantra. If he didn't manage to calm himself down, he was liable to slam his fist right into Stanley's face. Outside the car, the traffic remained at a standstill. Kano chafed against the feeling of utter futility. One after another, his uncertainties came to nag at him. Was Maria still safe? What had happened to Hitomi and Tatano, her bodyguard? And now, on top of all this, it struck Kano as rather careless to send Sasayama away with Al-Karawan without any backup. Now the jacket alerted him to the presence of a dangerous international mastermind still on the loose. Ugh. Fighting back his fit of pique, Kano got out his cell phone. Talk to Kajiwara? He dialed up Detective Kajiwara, who was stationed at the Osawa residence. He hoped a little more information about the family's two daughters might shed some light on the situation. The detective answered promptly. Kajiwara here. Hey, it's Kano. Huh? Kano? A horrid jarring beeping was audible from the other end of the line. What's that noise? Kano asked. Sorry, hold on. I can't really hear you. Okay, go on. It sounded like Kajiwara had moved away from the source of the noise, though Kano could still hear it faintly in the background. He explained that he was looking for more info on the Osawa girls. Honestly, Detective Kano, I thought you were more mature than this, Kajiwara said disapprovingly. Come again? What's with the attitude all of a sudden? You've got a little crush, don't you? What? No, Detective, that isn't why. You mustn't let yourself get personally attached to an investigation. Still, I was young and impulsive myself once. I guess I can tell you one thing. The two girls, they look exactly alike. Kajiwara kept his voice low, as if he were revealing a major secret. But Kano knew this already. Everyone assigned to the investigation had been informed that the girls were twins at the previous night's briefing. However, still sotto voce. Their personalities are pretty different. The younger sister, Hitomi, is quiet and reserved, but Maria's apparently more of a busybody. I see. Kano thought back at Hitomi standing in front of the statue of Hachiko. She had indeed seemed like an introvert, though Kano had also sensed her intense commitment to helping her sister. Perhaps she was less demonstrative, but her heart certainly seemed to be in the right place. Why? Kano heard someone shouting in the background wherever Kajiwara was. What was that just now? Mr. Osawa, the girl's father. I think something might have happened. Kajiwara's voice was laced with concern. I should go see what this is all about. Yeah, probably. But Kano, tell me, yes, which one is it? Which one do you have a crush on? Kano hung up. Okay. Alright. Okay. Wait, was that it? Oh. Huh. Almost as soon as it did, however, Stanley had to slam on the brakes. The abrupt stop made Kano smack his head against the windshield. Hey, what gives? Look. He gestured with his chin. Kano couldn't believe his eyes. There, walking on the sidewalk ahead, was Al-Karawan, very much not in custody. What the hell? Kano shouted, already hopping into the car. Stanley was right behind him. They kept up on the target as soon as possible, then rushed him once they were close. In a moment, they had subdued him. Kano used his own body weight to hold Al-Karawan down. What are you doing out here? He demanded. Whoa, hey, guess you didn't get the memo, huh? Al-Karawan flashed a coy grin. They let me go. Let you go? Think your buddy here might have some hearing problems, Al-Karawan said to Stanley. I'm a free man. Kano turned and glared at Stanley. What is he talking about? No idea. First things first, get this guy back to the precinct. I'll head to the syndicate hangout by myself. You don't think this is weird? Kano asked. I mean, what the heck is this guy doing on the loose again? What matters is that he is free. Maybe he's telling the truth about being let go. But that's ridiculous. Then I guess I must have escaped on his own. In either case, your buddy screwed up royally. Now it's on you to unscrew things. None of this sat right with Kano, but the fact remained that he couldn't just let Al-Karawan go. He gave Stanley detailed instructions to the hangout, and the car sped away towards the Yogi. Then Kano headed back to the precinct with his captive, trying to reassure himself that he might learn something from questioning Al-Karawan that would help resolve the case. Kano sat opposite Al-Karawan in the interrogation room. He'd been attempting to interview the suspect for about a quarter of an hour. Al-Karawan sat ramrod stiff, not responding to any prompts or questions. What time is it right now, he asked. He'd taken away his watch, his wallet, a small knife, and his keychain. This was the third time he'd asked to know the time. Why are you concerned what time it is? Kano asked. Al-Karawan gave him a reply. Are you waiting on something? Again, the suspect was staunchly silent. Kano wasn't sure what to make of this, but he took a look at his watch. It's around 2 o'clock, he said. What time exactly? 2:18. 2:18 in how many seconds? Look, just cut the crap. Connor grabbed the prisoner by the collar. What the hell are you people after? Al-Karawan merely repeated his question. What time is it right now? With a growl of aggravation, Connor shoved his wristwatch in Al-Karawan's face. Ah, it's 2:20, he said. Okay then, that should do it. What? What does that mean? The interrogation went on for several more hours. Despite Kano's best efforts, however, Al-Karawan said nothing more. During all that time, the case continued to develop in unexpected ways, but Kano, stuck in their interrogation room, knew nothing about it until everything was already over and done. Bad end. Hola. $140. Okay. Okay, when they're halfway across, the car suddenly brakes, blah blah. Okay, that was crazy. Hitomi panted as she caught her breath. Well, you know what they say. Idle feet are the devil's playthings. Hands is idle hands. Whatever, at least they got in the way. Okay. Come on, let's go. Achi led the way down several twisting side streets before slowing his pace. By now, Hitomi was slumped and panting heavily. He wanted to give her some time to rest, but it was just if they just hung around, their pursuers might still find them. He looked around and spotted the multi-tenant building. The nearest door was open. Bundles of flyers were set out near the entrance. What? Should I know what these are? What? Did my game bug? We can hide out in here, he said. But Hitomi hesitated, but Achi gave her hand a little tug. It'll be fine. There's nobody around. They stepped inside the storeroom, and Achi quickly shut the door behind them. We should probably rest for a bit, he said. There was a wooden platform set up beside a large piece of plywood. Achi picked up a magazine that had fallen on the floor and spread it out atop the platform's dirty surface. Here, now you can sit without getting your clothes dirty. Thank you. Hitomi quietly took a seat. We should probably turn off our cell phones, Achi said. It could be really bad if they rang at the wrong moment. The two powered off their phones. Achi took a cursory look around. Didn't look like there was any way in or out besides the door they'd come in through. There was a single window set in the wall, but it wouldn't open far enough to get them through. Hitomi let out a quiet gasp. Someone was outside the storeroom. Achi put a finger to his lips, and Hitomi gave a fearful nod. The window's frosted glass blocked any real view in or out. As long as they stayed quiet, they ought to be safe. Whoever was outside pressed their face to the frosted glass, trying to get a glimpse inside. The blurry wrist of the foreigner who'd attacked them was dimly visible. Like the man with the cane before him, this guy was quick to catch up. The man pounded on the glass. Achi swallowed a lump in his throat. If this guy got in, they had nowhere to run. Achi turned to Hitomi. We'll be fine, just sit tight. Hitomi clutched onto Achi's arm hard. Can I help you with something? Said a casual voice from outside. They saw their pursuer react at once, pulling back from the window. That's just our storeroom, you know, the voice added. Achi heard footsteps scampering away. The kidnapper had run off. Achi exchanged glances with Hitomi and let out a tiny sigh. There were more voices coming from outside now. What was up with that guy? I don't know. Ugh. Whatever, let's just hurry up and get stuff tidied up. My throat's raw. It sounded like a conversation between two men. The storm door opened and the men clomped their way inside. Tomonari Takaya and Taro Toga. Blah. And blah, 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 blah. So what are we getting? Let's grab all these folding chairs over there. Huh? The producer said we're going to need a lot of more seats all of a sudden. Mr. Orai said that? Going all out for the troops' last hurrah, huh? Beats me, man. In no real hurry, the man went about carting the folding chairs away. They didn't notice Achi and Hitomi sitting silently in the shadows. Not sure says that, but how come we're using a dry ice machine and not a smoke machine? Maybe that's why my throat's bothering me? Yeah, it's pretty weird. Nobody's even operating it and it's still drawing a ton of power. Think it's defective? They waited for two men to finish up. If they were spotted, they would probably cause a scene, and worse still, it might alert the men who were hunting them. Once it carried out the rest of the folding chairs, the men closed the storeroom door. The foreigner could still be somewhere else nearby, though, so Achi decided they should hide out in the room a little longer. This blows. I want to get back out there and look for that blue van ASAP, but Achi trailed off. Something occurred to him. Wait a second. That's weird. Huh? The kidnappers have already had the ransom money, yeah? That's right. And then they told you that your sister was in some blue minivan. Isn't that kind of weird? What do you mean? Did you figure that sister was in the minivan by herself? Well, yes. If one of the kidnappers were with her, they wouldn't need to send me to go get her. Right, Achi said. And yet the fact that was that as soon as the kidnappers had their money, they could let Hitomi's sister out of the vehicle and just run off. There was no point in sending Hitomi to fetch her personally. A look of revelation dawned on Hitomi's face. Oh, that minivan had already left Ogenzaka, she said, and it came back while we were there waiting for it. So then inside that minivan, there had been a bunch of foreigners inside, which meant... I mean, both? Kidnappers have been trying to ambush Hitomi. They told her their sister was in the minivan to lure her to it. And the kidnappers have been lying in wait inside. Do you think they were trying to kidnap me too? That's it. Achi clasped his hands together. Then they'd let your sister go and demand a ransom for you. And then they'd make her deliver the ransom money for your release. I don't think that's how it works. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Now that she said so, blah. Still, what if the kidnappers really were trying to kidnap you? As in, like, they accidentally left through the wrong twin. I mean, I guess that would have been easy to botch up. That would imply that they wanted me specifically and not my sister. Hitomi paused briefly in thought. Maybe you're hotter than your sister or something. Hitomi shook her head. That can't be it. If anything, it's the other way around. Compared to my sister, I'm just... Whoa, hey, stop right there. Achi had to interrupt her. You're not just anything. Please, don't. I am. I'm just... Tears had welled up in Hitomi's eyes. Why? Why'd this have to happen to her? Why not me? Whoa, hey, come on, don't cry. I'm sorry. Cheer up. It's like that song says. Don't just stand there, wipe those tears away. That one. You know it? Is that Ayakamiki? Yeah, that's the one. Put your hand in mine, every single bee's of light. Huh? You know, every single bee's of light. Everything will be alright. Huh? You got the lyrics wrong. It's everything will be alright. Right, I guess that makes more sense, I guess. These two are cinnamon rolls. They must be protected. Alright, I think we've played low long enough. Achi said at last, I think we should be on our way. Heard voices outside again. Yikes, that was pretty careless of us. Yep, we definitely gotta watch it. Theater guys have returned. Da-da-da. Heard folks have been messing with the storeroom a bunch recently. And did you hear about who's behind it? Some juvenile delinquents. Like a gang? Wow, that takes me way back. Alright, let's hurry on back. Achi rushed over to the door. And they're locked in. Oh, come on, are you freaking kidding me? He paced frantically around the room, pulling at his hair. We're locked in. And the door was the only way in or out. Achi and Hitomi were well and truly trapped inside the storeroom. This is all my fault, Achi said. It was my idea to hide out here in the first place. He bowed to Hitomi repeatedly. We're never going to be able to find that blue minivan now. I guess I'll get someone on the outside to help us. They power the phone back on in order to call for help. Who do we ask? It just didn't exactly thrill Achi. He had no idea what this talking guy was like. Hopefully he was the dependable sort who'd actually show up to rescue them. But somehow that thought made Achi feel even worse. Achi had someone he figured he could call, but he hesitated, uncertain. Guys. Susumu. Of course it's Susumu. Look at these two brothers. Yo, Achi? Is that you? Susumu was low and guarded. Look, I've got a favor to ask you. I'm in a real bind here. Huh? Like, things are ridiculously bad. I thought maybe you could help me out a little bit. You seriously thought I'd help you? His words were like ice. You messing with me or something, man? Now he sounded a touch angry as well. Memories flashed before his eyes. Right then, sorry to bug you, just forget it. Aw. No dice. Just looked back at him, her expression a mirror of his own. What should we do? What should we do? I guess we're back to Mr. Tanaka. Guess so. You want to go ahead then? Aww. Hitomi tried calling him repeatedly, but Tanaka didn't pick up. What could have happened? She muttered under her breath. Do you think maybe the kidnappers found out that Mr. Tanaka and I have been in contact? Dunno. Look, they were just going to find some way out of here on their own, and then maybe look for the minivan themselves. He strode over to the door and grabbed hold of the knob. Tried giving it a good sturdy pull. Ugh, no good. The thing won't even budge. That door opens outward. Wait, really? Oh my god. It still didn't open. Okay, I thought it was going to be like, he kicked it. Oh ho, the door wasn't nearly as sturdy as Achi had expected. I think I can make this work. He backed up to get a running start, then kicked the door with all his might. Yeah. The door went flying off his hinges. Oh man, that was way too easy. Holy shit, oh my god. He stepped cautiously out of the storeroom. He quickly scanned the surrounding area. There was nobody in sight. Looks like we're in the clear, he called. But Hitomi didn't come out, nor did she reply. Hitomi? She had her phone in hand, apparently trying to get in contact with apparently trying to get in touch with Tanaka. With a tiny sigh, Achi leaned against the wall and waited for her to finish. Well, doesn't look like I'm gonna have any luck. You know we can leave now, right? Are you holding out for you, Mr. Tanaka? It's not that. I'm just a little worried. Oh yeah? Okie dokie then. I'll just wait out here. Okay, I'll be right with you. Uh-huh. Oh. Ah, crap. His jaw hit the asphalt hard. He bit the tip of his tongue off. A moment later, he took a sharp blow to the head. He was done for. All the energy drained from his body. His mind whirled. His vision grew hazy. He began to drift in consciousness. This time, he hadn't even seen it coming. It was his last mistake. God damn. Guess I'll let myself go soft. Achi grimaced inwardly, muttering in a voice no one but he could hear. Hitomi, I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck. La. Okay. So. Go back to the Osawa residence. Go here. Mr. Osawa, it's Kajiwara. Perfect timing. Osawa hurried the detective into the study. The bug tracker's picking up signals. Oh? Oh, right. This is where we learned the bug tracker's broken. Cut in over the bug tracker. Kajiwara here. Kana? Kajiwara's customary nonchalant expression vanished into a sudden seriousness. Sorry, hold on. I can't really hear you. He headed out of the room, the phone clutched to his ear. Osawa was left to wonder what the detective had been about to tell him. The bug tracker was what? What the heck was going on? The sound wasn't stopping. Deciding that he'd better do something, Asala took the bug tracker and checked behind his bookcase. Da-da-da. Nothing. He checked the area around his computer, he scanned the monitor, the case, the power outlet, but he found nothing that could be a listening device anywhere. Oh my god. Would this work? Would this be the same case if I... Oh my god. I think I should just go all the way back and to the point where I didn't knock that thing over. Wait, do I just knock it over anyway? No, I don't think so. Yeah, just tell him. Who is it? I'm sorry, that's all I can say. Could you tell me a bit about what you'll be discussing? His eyes twinkle with suspicion. I can't share corporate secrets, detective. Like how you don't tell me anything about the state of your investigation. It goes both ways. Alright, in that case, I have just one condition. Please take this with you. Proceeded something that looked like a small transceiver from inside his coat. What's this? It's a bug tracker, sir. Beep in response to a nearby listening device. I'm just gonna meet someone from work. I don't need this. Fuck! Fuck. Oh, is this like a thing that I have to actually do? Or... blah, 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 blah. Damn it. Okay, yeah, that's not an important choice to make. So I think the choice would be Kano calling Kajiwara. This hint is... $140? This one? What do I do now? Was it this? Unrelated parties, which would probably mean this. No trouble. Heading out myself. Gotta run before those guys show up. Huh? What do you mean? Alright. Okay. Okay, come here for a sec. Okay, that didn't change anything. So maybe I go to Kano and change the call to Sasayama? Da-da. Almost right away. Kano, what's up? How are things on your end? Any problems getting Alcarwan back? No, I've got Tatano taking care of him. Wait, what? Hardly believe his ears. You were in touch with Tatano? He asked. He could hear the shock in his own voice. Yeah, I just bumped into him over by the precinct a little while ago. Then he is safe. What about Hitomi then? Tatano says he lost track of her somehow. Then he got called back to the precinct apparently. Tatano had lost track of her? That's not like him, Kano thought. Since he was heading back there anyway, I handed our guy over to him. I see. Kano's glad to hear that Tatano was alright, but his relief was tempered by a surge of anger at the thought of what had happened to Hitomi. Blah blah. Oh my god. Closing his eyes, contemplating blah 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 blah. Alright. And that is a completely different ending. Just hang in there, buddy. Even if your girlfriend is just a picture of Masami Nagahama. Oh my god. Ha ha ha. Still snickering, Sasayama hung up. Kana bit his lip and slipped his phone back into his pocket. At long last, track began to move again. Almost slam on the brakes. Oh shit, it's Yanagishita. Yeah, what I did really did change it. A frantic-looking man had jumped out in front of the car. Whoa, hey, what the hell are you doing? Kana sputtered. The stranger placed his face against the passenger side window. Open up, he shouted. Open the door. The guy showed every sign of total panic. Don't do it, Stanley warned. Please, you gotta help me. The man's... Oh my god. Trying to force it further open. Help me. Whoa, hold on. What's your deal? Help me. Sir, just tell me what... Help me! Look, up ahead. Oh my god. What the hell? Stanley, his usual stealing expression, blah blah blah. Alright, get in. Ow, let go, let go. Oh my god, a pair of rough-looking men had grabbed him by his lower body. No, no, I can't do 80 days hard labor. Oh my god. Give it up and let go already, saw one of the assailants. Pressured the grip and pulled even harder. Kana heard the sound of tearing fabric as the two toughs tumbled backwards. This game is stupid beyond belief. Oh man. The two toughs burst into uproarious laughter at the sight. Now's our chance, one of them managed to sputter. The pantsless man snatched up his ruined garment and bolted like a startled hare. Still cackling madly, his two pursuers rushed after him. I hate this game. This game is so stupid. No luck, I lost track of him. This doesn't make sense, Kana said, forcing himself to refocus on the case. Al Karawan was taken back to the precinct. What's he doing walking free? Stanley gave him a dubious look. Have you seriously not figured it out? Or is it some kind of strange Japanese joke I'm not getting? What are you talking about? Kana replied. Do you know something I don't? Evidently I do. Your detective Tatano let him go on purpose. That's the only explanation. Enraged at the suggestion, Kana took a swing at him, but Stanley coolly caught his fist. It's not me you should be punching, the American warned. It's Tatano. Abashed, Kana radioed up Kuze on the wireless. Sir, did Detective Tatano bring Tariq Al-Karwan into the precinct? It would appear that Detective Tatano has gone rogue. Kuze replied with chagrin. He what? Surely Kana had misheard. We've received an eyewitness account. Someone saw him allowing the witness to go free. No, it can't be. We currently do not know Detective Tatano's whereabouts. Or just what the hell is going on with him. After Kano ended the call, Stanley let out a low chuckle. I see. Looks like you had a traitor in your midst. Kano grabbed him by the collar. Stanley snorted. What are you trying to pull here? Tell me what you know. All I did is state the facts. Look, I watched that man risk his life to talk down a would-be arsonist. He's a dyed-in-the-wool detective. He'd never betray anybody. I see. And he's the real deal. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Tatano risked his life in order to get people to trust him. He's a dyed-in-the-wool spy, is what he is. Kana didn't have the words. His clenched fist trembling once more, he fumbled for his cell phone again. He dialed Tatano's number. The phone rang 5 times but failed to connect. There has to be a reason for this, Kano muttered. Tatano must know something we don't. Really now, Stanley scoffed. And what makes you so sure of that? Because Detective Tatano was sure this kidnapping wasn't about the ransom. Kano's mind drifted back to 9 o'clock that morning. Is Tatano the guy chasing after Achi? Ahead of the stakeout at the Scramble, he was walking with Tatano through the halls of the Shibuya precinct. We're going to do a bang-up job out there, Detective Tatano. He chirped. He was maybe a bit too excited about getting to take part in such a major case. Tatano patted Kano on the back. You need to take a step back. You're not letting yourself see the forest for the trees. What do you mean, sir? What I mean is that this is no ordinary kidnapping. His words triggered a little revelation. You're talking about the location of a ransom handoff, aren't you? It doesn't make sense for the criminals to pick such a major intersection. Warmer. He frowned inwardly. He'd been so sure that was the answer. Have you thought about why they asked to have the sister make the handoff? Kano thought some more before answering. Because women are easier to deal with? Colder. If that was the case, why not pick the mother? No, what worries me is the fact that the Osawa girls are twins. They're having us send someone to the handoff who looks identical to the girl they kidnapped. What's going to happen when we do that? What is going to happen, sir? I'm not sure yet, but I have a feeling the kidnapper's plan hinges on it. Too excited, the two exited through the precinct's main entrance. Up ahead, rows of buildings stood tall against the backdrop of bright blue sky. He let out a quiet sigh, to think that so many terrible things are happening out there on such a beautiful day. Solve one case and another one's waiting, as always. What is it about people that drives them to do such horrible things? A girl abducted out of pure greed. When I think of how her parents must feel, I almost can't bear it. They made their way to Scramble, and Tatano continued talking in a quiet voice. My father was a raging alcoholic. The house was always a complete mess. He was loud, violent, never had any money, always reeked of booze. My mother, she would cry and cry. I was afraid to come home. Every day I stayed up playing as late as I could possibly manage. You could hear the pain in Tatano's voice. That life took too much of a toll on my mother. She died when I was still in grade school. My father, he just got worse. I was there with him at the end, after he'd wasted away to almost nothing. That's the sort of childhood I ever wished on anybody. Blech. It sounds like he really went through a lot. Kano hated himself for uttering such an empty platitude, but he had no idea what else to say. Kano, as old as I am, I still don't really know what it is to be happy. I think it's probably because I've never known what it's like to have a happy family. He sounded so forlorn. The only happiness I know how to protect is other people's happiness. Kano heard in those words the soul of a true detective. A true detective. I just hope you're ready. Kano did his best to keep his voice as calm and level as he could, lifting up his clenched fist. Because if I find proof that Tatano is innocent, I'm planting this right into your jaw. He's cracked a wry smile. To be continued? No. The traffic had finally diminished, and they rapidly drew close to their destination. The syndicate's hangout was in Tomagaya, the southwest of Yoyogi Park. The ratty building looked like it might have come crashing down any minute. The Black Lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Kano knew the place as a bar frequented by expats from various countries, as well as a hotbed of criminal activity. I'll take points, Stanley said. You back me up. He pulled a hanger from his suit pocket. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. The stench of blood hit them as soon as they stepped inside. Startled gasped. Blah, blah, nearly a dozen bodies sprawled out across the floor. Recognized them all. They were men who had participated in the repeated attaché case handoffs. Each appeared to have been stabbed to death. Stanley took a closer look. The blood's not fully dried. These guys weren't killed that long ago. Kano quickly scanned the bar high and low, but there was no killer in hiding. No trace of Maria either. One of the fallen men let out a faint, strained groan. Hey, stay with us. He hunched down beside the wooden man. A brief gurgle rose from the man's throat. He was clearly struggling to say something, but his voice was too garbled, too indistinct for Kano to make out any coherent words. Canaan. I forgot I don't know how you pronounce that. What was that? But there was no more. The dying man went limp and still. Oh shit. To be continued. Which is what this stream is going to be doing tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific. That was a good stream. We are... Oh shit, okay. Just keep out. This is the keep out. Which means I have to jump from Achi? Wait, Achi... I thought this was a bad end. I swear this was a bad end. Oh. Oh, this is because Kajiwara... Okay, so if Kano calls Kajiwara, he doesn't get the chance to tell Osawa that the bug tracker's broken. Because of that, if Tanaka tries to come in and talk to Osawa, Osawa will just go fucking crazy on him. Probably. I don't want to go all the way through that line of that storyline on Osawa's side. So I'm guessing that's a bad end there. And that's why Hitomi isn't able to call Tanaka previously, and why this is now open again. Boom. Yeah. Okay, we've seen this. I think we'll finish Achi's storyline, and then we'll come back and look at Minorikawa, or not Minorikawa. We'll look back at Osawa and Tama's storylines tomorrow. We'll be fine to sit tight. Yeah, I think this is the good one. Blah, blah. Because if we go out before, there's probably a really good chance that we get caught by those guys. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, that smoke machine is busted, and Minorikawa is supposed to tell this guy that it's busted. We're making pretty good progress in the 12 o'clock chapter. Not nearly as long as I was taking on... No, this is 1 o'clock. Good progress on 1 o'clock. Not nearly as long as 12 o'clock. Gosh, blows. I want to get back out there, look for that blue van. Blah, blah. We've been here before. Oh, boy. This is where we figure out that... Oh, I don't think this part has any... This choice shouldn't have any bearing on how the story unfolds, I'm pretty sure. Which Matt probably didn't get any chance of giving Maria back. That's it. Then they tell you just go and demand. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that didn't have any bearing on which way we went. It's these sections that make me really angry because you can't skip the text. And I've seen this. We've seen this before. It makes going through different scenes way more... way longer than they should take. Like, even their basic visual novel has a skip text feature. Cheer up, it's like that song says, blah 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 blah. Don't just stand there, wipe those tears away. Put your hand in mine, every single bee is a light. That's not the lyric. It's everything will be alright. Yeah, this is where they lock the door. We try to call someone else. Oh my gosh. Okay, wouldn't budge. Oh, come on, are you freaking kidding me? That door was the only way in or out, blah blah blah, we're trapped. Yep, we're trapped. It's my idea to hide out here in the first place. You bound to tell me repeatedly. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka. Ah, okay. Time on our palace with past disease. More wild delusions rose in Achi's minds. Blah blah blah. Ah. That's skeezy. Keep in mind, he's 40 and Hitomi is 19. Oh my god. Oh no. I don't like this. While he was still fretting furiously, Hitomi finished typing her response. So, what did you wind up saying? I explained the situation. You're trapped in a storm, you've got some guys chasing after you, and you're looking for some van? Yes. Keep it a secret? Oh my god. Achi. What's that Tanaka guy have to say? He says he's gonna try to find the minivan for us. Huh? I can go look for it myself. Oh no. Yeah, I'm out of the running. Oh no. We'll wait. Ooh, this is a bad end, isn't it? Do you think you'll ever be friends again? You and that one guy, Susumu, I think it was. Hitomi's question caught Achi off guard. He stammered, unsure how to respond. I'm so sorry. I barely know you. That was insensitive of me. No, it's alright. I mean, sometimes I wish things could go back to the way they used to be, Achi said. He let out a tiny sigh. What that Kiryu guy said was the truth. I was the guy who founded SOS. Do you know what I mean by that? Gave a slight nod. I mean, I never wanted to be in charge of a gang or anything. But I knew that if I left, SOS would just fall apart. And I didn't want everyone else to get all caught up over who would take my place, you know? So I thought long and hard about it. Looking for a way for folks to stay friends even after I was gone. Flashback? Oh, this song bops. Never mind, no it doesn't bop. The loud voice echoed through the pool hall that served at SOS HQ. What do you mean you're leaving? Susumu was positively red in the face. You're our founder, Achi. You can't just up and quit. Susumu had been almost like a younger brother to Achi. If anyone was going to try to stop him, Achi knew full well it would be Susumu. Look, I'm not gang leader material. All I've been trying to do is make sure we're all able to have fun. That's not true. Think about all the stuff you taught us. Don't you remember? Every man gets to make one request in his life that cannot be denied. Those are your words, Achi. Did I say that? It's the heaviest thing you've ever said. Then to Achi's consternation, Susumu got down on his hands and knees. I'm begging you, please don't leave. Without you, SOS is nothing. He feels conviction waver. I'm begging you here, from one man to another. This is my one request. Susumu, I'm sorry. I'm leaving you in charge. You can't, please don't say that. Please, Achi, why won't you listen? I can't possibly beg any harder than this. Enough with all the request nonsense. What? Look at you down on your hands and knees like that. Pathetic. Wow, okay. Pathetic ultimately stems from the Greek pathetikos, meaning subject to feeling or capable of emotion. Over time, the meaning changed to signify exciting the passions, and later on to the more modern sense of arousing one's pity. Achi spoke as harshly as he could, fighting to mask his true feelings. I'm fed up with you. All of you. With each word out of his mouth, Achi could feel his own heart breaking. But if he could make the others hate him, at least it would give SOS a reason to stay together. How can you say that? Don't you try and pull that crap. Susumu's tone had changed from sadness to anger. Fine then. I'm never asking for anything again. I'll do what you want. I'll take the reins of SOS. Achi walked away, waving vaguely without looking back. Good luck. I mean it. It came away wet with tears. Dang. That's harsh. Well, now we know why they hate each other. Sometimes I think that maybe I could apologize to those guys and we could go back to the good old days again. But that's never going to happen. Not unless Suzune gets better. He stared to the distance at nothing in particular. At least he's sort of not how he felt about his former pals. Is there nothing that can help your sister? She needs a heart transplant. And the problem with heart transplants is that the timing is tricky. Whew. Okay, the act of surgically implanting one person's heart into another's body. Such an operation is typically only performed on a patient with severe heart disease who cannot survive without a new heart. There are strict requirements to be met before a heart can be transplanted, however. Chief among them, the donor must first be brain dead. Ouch. Ooh. Even if there's a donor available, the transplant has to be performed within 4 hours or things get dicey. Blah. Total ischemic time is only 4 hours. Oh wow, I didn't realize. Someone with a heart that's a match for Suzune would need to die somewhere near her, somewhere they could perform the surgery within that 4-hour window. The odds of that happening are so small it would almost be a miracle, which is what my sister's been waiting for. Achi on the left side of his chest. If my heart would do the trick, I'd gladly let her have it. Damn it, and I've got a strong heart too. He thumped himself on the chest again and again. Blood type. She's an AB? Bombay blood. A type of blood does not correspond to the more common types of A, B, O, or AB. In some instances, a standard blood yielding type, a blood typing yields a result of O in such individuals. First discovered in the city of Bombay, now Mumbai on India's west coast, the blood type takes its name from that city due to okay. It was one of the rarest blood types in the world. Apparently, there were only a few dozen people in all of Japan who had it. Blah blah blah. Okay. If Suzune were ever to receive a heart transplant, it would need to be from someone who also had Bombay blood. Achi? Hitomi sounded like she was on the verge of tears. Wow, she must really feel bad for Suzune. If you did manage to find a heart for your sister, what would you do? What do you mean? Say if you happen to cross someone who was a donor match. I would do anything. Anything? Yeah, whatever it took. I'd risk my own life if it meant helping Suzune. I mean, at that point, I'd assume God had granted me a miracle or something, you know? Mr. Tanaka? Unfortunately, it's not Mr. Tanaka. Oh no! That is no bueno. But we do open up Tanaka's, or Osawa's, story. So, but I said we would go and finish up. Yeah, I'm gonna go and finish up Achi's story first. Mr. Tanaka? Hitomi's voice was barely a squeak. For a moment, all was silent. Maybe it's just a cat. A cat? Why are these two jumping from that story? That is so dumb. But okay. I guess I'll take it. Maybe it's just a cat, Achi suggested. Or not. Suddenly someone hit the door. Hard. It sounded like they were trying to break the lock. You really think that's Tanaka? Achi asked. I'm not sure. If it were him, I think he'd probably say something. Achi grabbed Hitomi's hand. We better hide. The two of them slipped behind a large piece of plywood stage dressing. The door swung open with a loud creak. It's the man with the cane. In stepped the man with the cane. What the heck? Achi whispered. What's he doing here? Gun drawn, the assassin prowled slowly around the storeroom. Achi and Hitomi crouched behind the plywood prop, trying not to make a sound. The man moved out of their line of sight. Achi gazed longingly at the door. Blah, blah, I still can see the man with the cane. The door was maybe 5 meters away. What should they do? No, he's got a gun. Ah, fuck off. Still hadn't spotted his quarry. I'm sure this is the place. His voice was low and confident. Uh-oh, did he have friends? Still clutching his phone, the assassin wandered deeper into the storeroom. Achi and Hitomi took the opportunity to slip out the door. They ran through the alleyways back toward the main road. Before they reached it, however, they suddenly found their path cut off by one of the foreigners who chased them earlier, the accomplice of the man with the pipe. He's got a knife. He stood waiting for them, holding a knife in one hand. Out of the frying pan into the fire. As he turned back, Achi knew the man with the cane might catch up with him, and he had a gun. Alright. Huh? A small dark silhouette dropped from somewhere up above. Landing deftly, the newcomer lunged toward the man with a knife, closing the gap between them in the blink of an eye. Is this Susumu? The figure delivered a swift shot to the back of the man's neck. He dropped to the pavement like a dead man, finally giving Achi a clear view of the shadow behind him. What the fuck? Achi couldn't believe his eyes. It was a small-statured young woman with a Middle Eastern features. What the fuck? New characters? Hitomi let out a little gasp. Canon? Kanan? Kanan? To be continued. Okay. Good shit.